Hi guys, and we're live. We're using a little different setup today than expected, but this is Easy Chat Live, episode 123. I am super excited today because I am with a business strategist who is teaching people the most important skill, probably, not to sell their time for money and actually concentrate on upscaling and making a successful business out of their skills and talents. And I want to introduce you to Justin Devonshire. Hello, Justin.
Hi, everyone.
Hello. You're joining us all the way from sunny Cyprus.
Yeah, it's been my home for the last 7 years.
How is life there comparing to the UK? You're from Wales, aren't you?
Yeah, well, it depends what you look for in life, I suppose, but I much prefer it over here with good weather and good food and everything.
I can really relate. My dream is to move from the not so sunny Ireland to sunny Spain someday. So you are living my dream right now, which is great. I'm loving it. So I want to talk to you about the whole journey. What is in this 6-7 years? What happened, and how did you make it? How did you make this lifestyle of your dreams your actual reality? Where did it all start? So if you can take it away and maybe introduce yourself, where you started, tell me about your journey.
Okay, so I'm not sure I'll have time for the whole story.
A shortish version.
Yeah, I'll give you guys the lowdown. And since you mentioned that your listeners, viewers are a lot of entrepreneurs starting up, and you help people with organic social media, I'll really narrow my story down a lot more to those kind of phases and how I did those things. That
Perfect.
Might be more useful. So, before I came here, I was living in the UK 7 years ago, and I was a fitness coach, and all I ever knew back then was that you need to get a job, and back then just having a job as a fitness instructor was like a dream, doing a job that doesn't completely suck. And like a lot of people, I thought that, earning like a 20,000-30,000 a year income was like,
Enough.
Maybe there's nothing else beyond that. I didn't even know people were earning things beyond that. I never thought about owning a business. To me, business people were, old men or investor people, and I just never even crossed my mind that would be like an avenue in life. And like most people who are coaches, consultants, trainers, experts working for other people, therapists, stylists, trainers, teachers, all sorts of people, you eventually start seeing that if you get pretty good at what you do, you start seeing that you could do it for yourself. And you start seeing these solopreneurs, the freelancers, you start seeing them doing it for themselves, and their lifestyle looks so much better. They get to work on their own terms. And I saw that in the gym I was at. I would see the freelance personal trainers. They were the ones that would come in and leave whenever they felt like, and have their own clients and have their own rebellious way of doing things. And it just seemed like that was the dream. And so basically I then left, went self-employed, and around at the same time, I also made the move to Cyprus because I always wanted to get out of the UK. I wanted to go somewhere warm with a good climate. And fortunately at the time, friends of my family had a place out here, and they said I could rent it off them and just come and see what it was like. So I just got a one-way ticket, came straight over here. I knew I wasn't going to go back. So,
I had a one-way ticket trip in my life. I know exactly how it feels. You just go for it.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, there's no way Cyprus would be worse than the UK in my mind, so I was just gone. And so I got there and then had to go self-employed and set it all up. And that's when you start realizing that the fantasy of being self-employed isn't quite the dream it looks like from the outside. And that's when I learned all about getting stuck in the time for money trap, as I call it, all the ego that's around being a solopreneur when you think you're the only one that can do anything. And what you realize is, as self-employed, you're still an employee. You still have an employee mindset. And it took me a few years after that to start realizing that to be a business owner with scale and freedom and people working for you and making a bigger impact, then it takes a whole different mindset shift, because you can learn more strategies and tactics and, about Facebook ads and Twitter this and LinkedIn and bots and emails and funnels and all the rest of it. But you start realizing that you're the one learning all that stuff and trying to do all that stuff. And before you know it, you haven't got time to even be the expert in what you do, because now you're having to be an expert in all these 20 different things. You've got to be a master copywriter and an automation person, and you've got to know everything about social media. And then a lot of the solopreneurs, the startups, they try and take it all on themselves, because that's the mentality that it's your business, it's your problem.
That's
and right. You end up then getting busier and busier and overworked, but underpaid, because nothing is actually, the more you work, the less anything is actually getting done.
That's so true. And then you feel unfulfilled and you feel overwhelmed and it's all trapped. It's a terrible range of feelings and all about it.
Well, I did all that, first of all, and that's how I learned it so well. So I went through it all, and finally it started clicking for me, and I learned, I learned the marketing stuff. I'm not knocking any of that stuff. It was great to learn, and it served me, and I learned about sales and phone selling and putting funnels together, Facebook ads and organic marketing. I learned all that stuff, and it really started me getting momentum after a while. Now,
how long did it tell you? This is what I'm really interested in. So how long did it tell you? Did it take you? And the second question, just maybe that you can tie it in with, did you start with organic positioning and then went into ads, or did you use the ads at the start?
Yeah, I started with very organic. I couldn't afford an internet connection. So Facebook ads were a no-go. Well, Facebook ads didn't really exist when I started. This was 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Ads were only just coming up at the time. They weren't really a thing. So I did start, only having, paid ads wasn't even in my mindset. It wasn't even that's what big companies do, right? But you just need to hit social media. You need to, get out there with flyers and things like that. So I really decided to hone in on Facebook at the time, and that's what really taught me that you have to really narrow down the message and know exactly who you're speaking to, and show up frequently and daily. And that's something that even to this day I've practiced doing, even though I don't really need to anymore. I still show up daily and put a post out on Facebook, or 2, 3, 4, or 5 sometimes. Depends if I'm in the flow or not. Because it's just something I still need to have.
It's funny how you say you don't need it to generate money, but in fact you kind of still need to be showing up, because so many people follow you for what you are. They follow you now, and if you stopped doing that, you would probably, your business would somehow, like, that presence would definitely suffer.
Oh, definitely. And that's the difference. The paid advertising gives you the presence. The organic is what gives you the engagement with those people.
That's right. That's right. And the connection that you build.
Yeah, I mean, someone like a Richard Branson can pay to have presence everywhere, but there's no engagement with him. He's just a face on a billboard.
Yeah, so, unless you have like 20,000 to go and have a mastermind with him or something.
Yeah. So what I really learned and what I've really discovered is, instead of the argument people have about, is organic better or is paid advertising better, they work in tandem together. And
that's right.
There's also endorsed traffic as well, which is borrowing other people's, like we're doing right now. Your people, my audience is seeing you. Your
that's
audience
right.
sees you, and a crossover happens. So.
Talking about the audience, I'll just ask the audience that's watching us right now to let us know that everything is good and you can hear and see us well, so we can continue. We know that we're delivering. Sorry about that, Justin. I thought it was important.
So, but yeah, I started with organic, and that really taught me to hone my message, because I see people today that they come in, and the bigger business owners, they come to me now asking, hey, I've got $10,000 to blow on ads. Can you promote this for me? And I say, not really, because your message is garbage. So
right.
You can throw all the money you want at it. Money is not going to save you. But if you've tested your message, you can put an organic post and get a response. Then you say, right, that's where I'm going to now boost with my advertising money to similar people.
That's
so
right,
really
yeah.
Organic. And to this day, one of the reasons I do all my organic posts is because I'm looking to see what works, what hits, and what misses. And the posts that really work well on my profile and my groups, I'll then put them over on my business page, where my Facebook ads manager will then go and advertise them.
Yes, well, it's very important what you just said about the actual engagement, and people relate to people. People don't really care about the brands or products. I work as well in my digital marketing agency with some pages that it's very difficult to create engagement because, everything that's provided is just a product, but people don't relate to that. And then they get very tired very quickly of seeing that. So they stop even looking at it. And then eventually, of course, you might have 10,000 people on the page and only 3 likes per post. That's because you're just not giving people that human factor.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I'll go back to some strategies and things in a minute. And I'll just wrap up my story because I forgot I was in the middle of that.
Sure.
And I used the organic stuff. I hit it hard, and I started getting momentum, started getting clients, and that's when I discovered the next trap after the startup phase. When you're doing kind of 0 to 2,000 or 3,000 a month, that's that startup phase where it's just getting your message right, getting offers out there, building your organic presence, and you get a steady stream of people coming in. The next part, the kind of 3,000 to 10K plus, is the next part where you've got to change your mindset, because that's when I got stuck in the time for money trap, where at one point I had a little studio, I had clients pouring in, people were coming to me, referrals were coming in. My posts were getting really good engagement. I was in all the local newspapers, and I just hated my life, right? That's the thing, because I was training people from 6 in the morning till 9 p.m. And then when I did have free time, I have to go and do my websites, check my emails, check the phone calls, respond to messages, do all the content, check all my social media stuff. And if you get boxed in that, get stuck there, you'll never actually scale to the next level. People are so close, because if you get that momentum, that means you've got a good system. Like, you've got something people want. And that's when the solopreneur makes the mistakes of thinking that the people are coming for them only, when really people are coming for, the relationship, the rapport, and the system, which can be given by, you can train other people to deliver for you. Because if you think you're the only person in your company someone could build a relationship with, then you must be some kind of narcissist, basically, to think that, right?
Well, a lot of people, what I noticed sometimes, especially with maybe people older age and those who did build the business themselves, they do feel like it was them and they are the ones that care. And it's very difficult for them to give up the control or, delegate because of that. So I see these kind of situations quite often with small business owners.
Exactly, and that's where you hit that sticking point, because to grow a scalable big business like a Richard Branson or someone, you have to give up control.
Yeah.
You have to give up to the people, right? Your business is just like a baby that grows up, and when it comes to maturity, you have to let it go its own way. And
that's right.
Sometimes other people have to come in and have an influence on it. And if you can't, if people can't handle that, then you're just going to stick with being self-employed and having a well-paid part-time job where you're your own boss, and for some people that's fine and that's great, but if you want more and you want something that really gives you wealth and freedom, it's really down to who you are, and you have to change the mindset around that. And so I eventually did that, and 4 years ago I couldn't even entertain the thought of another coach talking to my clients,
I've had that too.
Gyms where my head coaches employ other coaches that I haven't even met yet. right?
That's
And
right,
that's just in the span of like 4 years. So whatever you think, again, whatever you think is how reality is right now, it's just the mindset, the identity you're choosing. There's a whole other reality available to you. You just to change your mindset first and foremost.
Yeah, that's right. And this is true as well. Now I'm obviously a little bit behind you there, but I've started outsourcing now because, as you said, it's impossible to create the systems and actually look after everything yourself. That's one side, and the other side as well is that you're not brilliant at everything. There must be some things that you're not great at. So when you're outsourcing those things to people who are good at it, it actually works so well. You can concentrate on the content, on whatever your part is, and that brings so much value.
Mm-hmm. For most coaches, here's an interesting phenomenon you'll see as you grow through these stages, because I have people from startups all the way up to 7 and 8 figure clients, and the same phenomenon happens all the time. Is that you're right. You have to, the more you shed away and go to your zone of genius and do the you will suck at most things, not some things, most things when it comes to running a business. And the coaches that succeed the most, my 7 and high 8-figure clients, they're the ones that realized that the 2 things they are best at that point is creating content and then program design, not coaching, right? Because what happens is when you become the solopreneur and beat through that phase, your passion starts to wane generally a little bit for coaching as much. You'll do some of it, but you won't want a full roster of 15 clients every week, many years into the future. One, because obviously it's not a challenge anymore. You don't feel you're going to grow as much from it, but also now because you're focused on what the business can become, and you realize at a point that you can't grow the business empire if you're doing 20 hours a week of coaching calls.
That's right.
And that's why my coaching calls now are 5 hours on a Monday, right? And and that's with like high level clients. Everything else is in leveraged groups or automated now, because and my passion now becomes more about creating the programs, but then having other coaches deliver them for me. And again, you might think, I want to be a coach forever. I love doing this. The people thinking that at home, but you will outgrow everything ultimately, because the more you realize the potential your business has to grow and scale, the more naturally you will lose passion for coaching people all the time. But that's only because your real passion now is in growing the business and being a business leader. And you will then employ coaches that have that passion you used to have. So, because there's a big funny thing about, passion and business.
Yeah.
You should follow your passion, but, as Gary Vaynerchuk says, if most people follow their passions, they'll be happy but broke.
Yeah, but you're right about the fact that it can sort of wear off. Like anything you get.
Passion, if we call passion as in desire, in a way,
yeah.
Your desire is limited by your beliefs of what's possible. So as long as you think all there is you have to coach people and make good money, you'll always be passionate about it. But once you start seeing, wow, I could have a team of 5 people do this for me, and I could be, taking more holidays.
That's right. Yeah, it's all about your lifestyle, actually. It's not really about your, filling your calendar and working for the rest of your life. You want to, you want to get a yacht and go off.
Mm-hmm. But it's only when you see potential for more is when the passion, it's not waning, it's changing. You're changing to, I'm passionate about creating content, getting the message out there, and growing a business more than I am now about coaching clients every single day, because I feel I can maybe learn to get people to do that for me. Right? Yeah. And that's kind of what happens. You keep ascending like that through the stages of business. And so people freak out at that point and think, I'm losing my passion. And I started doing this. I started resenting my clients. And it's like, oh, another client booked in. Oh my God.
It's a terrible feeling.
Yeah, and that's when I realized, luckily, that it's like, no. So you start questioning, well, should I give up this business? If I'm not passionate anymore, should I stop? And I realized, no, your business needs passion in it, but it won't always be your passion doing that thing. Now I do have coaches that are very passionate working with my clients, and I wouldn't take them on if they weren't passionate. But I know even for them, they're not going to be passionate doing that because it's not going to meet their needs forever. Their needs of growth and contribution. When they've done 10,000 client hours, my top coaches are going to start saying, hey, Justin, can I create some programs? Could I run the facility? Could I start leading some retreats? And so you then make space in the company for them to ascend, because at that point, you'll stop doing those things and you'll take another level up, and then it opens a space for them to ascend. And once you have that, when you keep moving yourself out of the way, because you're the person in the way of the success of your own business, you keep moving yourself out of the way, it creates space for your team to ascend with you. And as Richard Branson always says, you grow your team specifically how that works. But again, and this might seem like pretty far out there information if people are in the startup phase watching this, but this is just where I wish someone had planted a seed for me to know about.
Well, you see, you have to have a vision that's a little bit outside your box too. It's not enough to just know what you want right now. It's good to know what you want in 10 years or, 5, 10 years and further on. And I think that this is for me, what you're saying now is extremely valuable. I'm not there yet, but this is the possibilities. So the Easy Chat Live shows are to show people the possibilities. And, someone like yourself, in 7 years, it's possible. And 7 years is a very, very short time in the long run.
Yeah, and what happens is I've seen the dangers of this. If you don't understand these processes, and I've seen people at like 7-figure masterminds and things, and they're just still at burnout, and all they think about is, well, how do I get more clients? How do I make more money? Maybe having more clients will get me out of this somehow.
Yeah.
And they can't let go, and they you can get to 7 figures as a solopreneur, but your life's going to look like shit.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And that's what they don't show on social media in the organic marketing, right? But that's where a lot of them is for. And so, if you're like a couple of steps behind, you are going to be thinking, wow, yeah, this is valuable. I can see how that might work. That's interesting for the future. Some of you watching this might be 5 steps behind and thinking this guy's crazy. I'm never going to do this. He doesn't understand my niche. My business is different. My work is different. And that's okay. I just want to plant a seed where maybe in 2 or 3 years from now, you get to that point and go, I need to go back and watch that Easy Chat again. It's in the archive somewhere, but that guy was talking about this, right? And so, yeah, it might not make sense to everyone, but I think this is the best service I can give you right now is show you 5, 10 steps ahead what's in store.
Absolutely. I think it's so valuable because when I started myself, just like a tiny short story, I started building up my online presence. I've always worked for 5 years before that. I worked for other people and, trying to promote other people and selling my time for money and, doing things like, e-commerce that takes a lot of time, but then when I went up here, that's exactly what I did. I did straight away started thinking about how do I get from here to here as fast as possible. And when I started creating my business, of course, you don't know what you're doing unless, that's why I was looking at your program as well. I was looking who can mentor me. Mentorship is so important because this is where you get this direction that it's not just all about getting clients right now. You have to think about where you're going to be in 10 years time, and do you still want to do this particular thing in 10 years time. You need to open it. In 3 months I started making money online, and I know a lot of people who'd be a year and a half hanging around, learning, drinking from a fire hose of information, and not doing anything. It's important to have that vision, and it's important to have mentorship. But talking about mentorship, I want to ask you about your group and your membership, and because I thought it was amazing value as well, and monetary and what you were offering. Would you be able to tell us about it?
Yes, thanks. So I do think it looks like crazy value because it's positioned very differently to how most people do it. It's a mentoring online academy, and it's a 12-month program. Okay, so it's not the sexy 6 weeks or 12 weeks that you seem to see everywhere, because I know you don't build a business in 6 weeks or 90 days. I don't do 90-day sprints. I don't do any of that stuff because, again, I'm all about long-term thinking. And it's a 12-month immersion academy program, which basically involves, first of all, you have access to my core course program, which is the Expert Authority Blueprint. And that is a 6-module online course which really walks you through the steps. And I'll go back and say who this is for. Really, there's 2 words here, okay? 2 words to write down. That is wealth and leverage, okay? So this is for people, coaches, experts with some transformational knowledge to share. So if you help people with their health, their wealth, their relationships, and you believe it's valuable, this is for you. And if you want wealth in your life, wealth is the goal. Now, wealth does not mean just money. Wealth means money, time, and freedom.
Quality.
I can help you get busy, or I can help you get free. And they're very different strategies, right? I've been both, busy and free, and I choose free even with half the money is a lot better than money you can't even spend. So it's not just about the money, it's about getting the freedom and building a business that gives you a lifestyle rather than building your life around a business, which is what most people do. Your life comes before business, okay? And that's the thing. Don't be too attached to your business. It's there to help to serve. Your business should work for you, not the other way around. So if you want that kind of wealth and this business is going to give you the amount of money you want in the time you want to make it with the level of mobility and location freedom you want, this is for you. The strategy I teach you to get there is about leverage. And that's where we've got to leverage your time. So we've got to find ways to serve your customers, first of all, in leverageable ways. So it could be, memberships, digital courses, higher ticket programs, live events, anything, and even if you do one-to-one, there's ways of leveraging that too. So I don't tell people you can't do any one type of thing, but you can leverage one-to-one coaching by, packaging it as higher price, or even by training other people to do it for you, or even by outsourcing it to a third party if you want to. There's so many different ways that you're not being taught about. All everyone is teaching about is just get more leads, and that drowns you. I'll teach you how to get all the leads, but I'll also show you how to build a system that they go into where the leads come into your business is here, but you're over here. And you're able to look at business and step away from that business. So it's all about creating programs and packages, nailing down who you're working with, what your core message is, creating a product suite so you have multiple streams of income. The second part of the program is then about building a sales funnel around that. So we automate a lot of we want to automate the client capturing or lead capture, lead nurturing, and lead conversion. Okay, so that's your list building, list nurturing, and conversion. You want to automate or leverage a lot of that process because that's taking up 90% of your time right now.
That's right, yeah.
And then the final part then is getting traffic. So that's your social media, your paid ads, and we've talked already, there's 3 types. There's organic, paid, and endorsed traffic. And I want to show you how you can leverage all 3 of these. So if you're going to do organic marketing, okay, it's free and money, but it can take more time the way most people do it. So we show you how to, leverage it, repurpose content, and make it more effective. We'll show you the paid advertising, how to use Facebook ads and things like that, so that costs you more money, but takes away more time. And of course, partner or endorsed traffic is how you can reach out, like Juliette does amazingly well, and makes connections and builds relationships, because your network is your net worth later on down the line. So that's it. It's getting your product suite, your sales funnel, and your traffic all in leveraged ways. You actually build a business system that helps you do all that. So that's the first part. You get the online course to go through all that stuff. It's 6 modules. What makes this different then is the implementation. I then give you 12 months in my mentoring program. It's a group mentoring program, of course, right? It's groups. My one-to-one consulting starts at $72,000 a month, and it's for 7 to 8 figure owners only, usually. So this is my way of helping people not at that level yet. And it's, we do a weekly group mentoring call, which we actually use Zoom like this.
Can I just add something? I find myself that group coaching could be even better at this level than at one-on-one coaching, because you're listening to other people and you're picking up so much more that you might not even have in mind to discuss. So there is a big advantage to group coaching.
That's a very high level awareness of coaching there, because people think that beginners need one-to-one and higher level people need more groups. It's the other way around.
Yeah.
Right? Because beginners, you're all making the same mistakes, and like Juliette says, you'll learn in context from other people, and it's more a fear-based thing sometimes. Whereas my elite clients, it's like we're getting a one-to-one call because they're like, how do we pitch to Coca-Cola to get a sponsorship today? We've got 3 days to make a proposal. That's not something I can teach in a group. Of course, so they have very individual problems and challenges. Sorry, there's an airplane going overhead. So yeah, the group mentoring, we have calls like this, and basically you've got the content there. So it's just, if you get stuck or you need help or me to review anything that you're doing in the program, you want me to look at your offers, your product ideas, look at your sales funnel pages, look at your posts, your traffic, your adverts, your social media. This is where you use the calls every single Monday to talk about that. So you never ever get stuck. I don't give people more information, because all the information is in the course. Most people have too much information. You get the 6-module course, here you go. Now you've got 12 months to get on the phone every week and always get through any sticking block. So most people following this, you should be able to create a healthy 5 to 8K a month income, probably in 90 days to 6 months, if you take massive action on it. But you've got all that support for 1 year where you can't escape really, and you've got to do it. And there's other things as well we give, like there's a private Facebook group to ask questions every day. I give a lot of my done-for-you swipes and tools to make this stuff easier. So landing page templates, Facebook ad templates, email
You have
templates.
a great team on board as well, as far as I remember, copywriters and mentors, don't you, to help?
Our agency team, again, they're on board in this. So I don't, they do the copywriting. I don't know how to build a landing page, that stuff. But again, that's stuff that I shouldn't be learning. But the guys in my group, they can walk you through in simple steps if you do need to do it yourself. We put it in the simplest ways possible. So you have like a tech support team, stuff that mere mortals like me and you would take forever to do. One of my guys who's like 19 years old can do that in 2 minutes, right?
I'm 41, I can do it in 2 minutes too. No, but that's just my background.
So yeah, that's something I teach. You get the tech modules, how to build the pages and integrate yourself in a simple way if you need to. I did do that stuff years ago.
But that's important as well, because technophobia stops people from progressing in their online businesses. It's so important to know the basics. It's just so it's great to have that.
Right? If you have a system, you don't even know how to log into it. You don't know what's happening in there, what people are doing, right? So it gives you the overview, and you can share that with your own team if you have your own tech or people doing that. But generally, the more you focus and just get it, once that's built and that system is built, your products are built, then it's just step number 6, which is just getting out there and putting traffic out there, putting your organic posts out, finding what works, boosting it with paid advertising into your funnel, reaching out, making connections every day, and just flooding that funnel with traffic. That is going to get you to that 5 to 8K a month revenue. Then is when you start looking into the other things we talked about. And that's why I don't sell this as a magic bullet. I tell people, I pre-warn them, there's other stuff that's going to come after that, right? Now you've got that, good, but you're not out of the woods yet, right? Don't go buying a Rolex just yet, because you haven't built a real business yet. You've got a great system giving you consistency and financial certainty and predictability. The next thing is stepping away from everything fully, or maybe even growing a small team. Every online person, they always have a small team, at least 2 or 3 people behind them, no matter what industry or business you're in. So you're not going to make 7 figures from a laptop on your own.
No. That's
Not
so
because
true.
I've met one person who's done that. So even if there's going to be team leadership skills, even if it's 2 or 3 people, but what happens is that the part that this is the scariest part for most people is leading others in business. It'll become the most fulfilling part for you once you finally let go and you're able to help these people, your admins, your coaches maybe. These people then will become the most fun part of business, is helping these people and nurture their careers through you, which is really cool because you've built that vehicle for them. But that's way in the future. But that's another reason we put it 12 months, because in the first few months you get up and running, like many of my clients do, they get to like a 10K a month income, and then they kind of come and say, what's next? Like, what do I just twiddle my thumbs? Do I just do more marketing? Do I go back to one-to-one coaching? And then we say, no, let's give you some advanced information, which is more about team leadership, systems, scaling, maybe finding an investor.
But then by that stage, you already brought them to a stage where they can afford that too. Because a lot of things that a lot of people...
A month is funding that, yeah. You know, and it's what to do with that money, because a lot of people have very bad personal finance issues at that point, and they make the money and they spend it before they've really earned it.
That's right, yeah, that's right. Well, that's a money mindset. That's a completely even new area where, you know, to learn not to repel the money, not to spend it, and, you know, hold on to it. But the investment into mentorship at that level is paramount, I think.
Oh, definitely, yeah. You know, huge. You know,
So how can people find this? So it sounds amazing, and how can anyone who is watching this now go and sign up or find more information and get in touch with you?
I have a link here. I'll just find for you. Again, my web guy put it together, so I need to find the URL.
Well, what we're gonna do, we probably when we finish and this video is posted, I'm going to put the link in the comment or in the description of the video, so the link will be there.
Okay. Well, yeah, the way it works basically is, first of all, you know, this is not open to anyone at the moment. It's an application-only program, so I want to make sure that it's the right thing, and you know, it's 12 months, big commitment, so I'm very careful of who we bring in. So I'll give you the link to put after this, which will be justindevonshire.com /100K training. That's 100 in numbers, K training, and that leads you to a kind of 20-minute video which explains the concepts we've gone over in a bit more detail, and then walks you to the next stage, which is to book in and apply for a 30-minute call with me. So I put 30 minutes aside if you're interested in this. You apply, watch the video, apply, and then we'll jump on the phone, and you know, I just want to find out a bit about you first, a bit about your business, what your goals are, and just make sure this really is the right investment for you. And you know, because again, it's 12 months, and it's really intensive, and it's not for everyone, let's say. So we're just very cautious who we let in. We want to make sure it's right for us, right for you. So you get 30 minutes on the phone. I can walk you through how my businesses work. We can take a look at your business and any sticking points, and hopefully you get value from that call, no matter what. And if I really think the program is going to help you, then I might invite you to join up and be a client at the end of it. But so that's how it works right now. Again, a little different to most people, but
I think vetting vetting process is so important, because there's a lot of people out there, and on both ends, you know, first of all, you might get a coach that's not for you. So this conversation is so important. You will get the feel. And then for your end as well, there's a lot of people who are just not implementing anything. And you don't want people like that on your courses or on your programs, because, you know, they're just time wasters. They need to understand that it's the deed that's going to make it happen, you know, and you have to implement everything. So, yeah, but it sounds absolutely fantastic. Justin, thank you so much. We're going to wrap up this. This was an amazing interview, and unfortunately we couldn't use our Be Live TV, which is a normal program, but this video is going to reach some people. So guys, the link is going to be here, and please do. To me, it sounds fantastic. I should have signed up to this. What happened? But look, I might still, who knows? And well, guys, Justin, thank you again for all this information. It was brilliant. We are going to wrap up, and guys, thank you so much for your time. And we will see you tomorrow with another Easy Life chat. And have a great evening. Bye. Bye.